What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a EZA team building guide for the STR LR Full Power Frieza here. So obviously you're going to be facing off against the STR Frieza for the entire 10 stages. It is an LR EZA, so the legendary power link skill is going to help you do additional damage. So LRs are going to be the most important characters to have on your team. And then the Planet Namek Saga is the type effective category. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, this is a fun one for sure. The Planet Namek Saga is a very, very extensive list of characters. There's a lot of leaders here, as you can see. There are quite a few options for, for leaders, so I don't think anybody's going to be struggling in that department too much. And then, there are quite a few units on the category as well. Well, I guess there isn't that many, but the units that are here are very cohesive with each other. So you're gonna be able to build some really solid teams. The one downside is that there aren't too many powerful LRs on this category. Barely just enough to build a team, in fact. So yeah, you are probably gonna have to dip into the pool of TURs here and stuff, but not to fear, I have got a list for you to be able to show you which ones are the strongest to use. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so the first unit that I want to go over is the AGL Full Power Frieza here. So he is going to be one of two of the best leaders that you can use, because he's got the Planet Namek Saga category here. So HP and attack are going to get 170% to stats, and then defense is only 150%. Now, running this guy as your leader could be a really solid option because he's got type advantage against the STR Frieza, and if you're running two of him on the team, then you're going to be doing big damage there, so that can be very, very cool. There's also quite a few other like sworn enemies that you can bring, other Frieza cards that you can bring on the team to help these guys have some good linking partners as well, so he can be a good leader for you. Okay, and then we've got the AGL Krillin and Gohan here. Again, they're AGL types, so they are going to have type advantage, which is nice, and then they're going to be doing putting out some decent stats with attack and defense, so they can be another solid option as well. Okay, so then we've got the Int Namek Goku here. He is going to be another really solid option for this EZA. Really good attack and defensive power. He's type neutral, but he is going to be performing guaranteed critical hits the entire time because you're facing off against a Frieza. So definitely don't underestimate that. He can put out some impressive numbers. And then he's also getting some additional stats here because you're facing off against an extreme type. So yeah, he can be really good for this too. Okay, so then we've got the Int Exchange Vegeta and Goku. He could be really, really good. This guy puts out, again, really high attack and defensive stats. And then he's also got the Revive in there, which is nice. I don't know that your HP is ever going to get this low in this EZA, but I guess if you're struggling to beat it and your HP does dip below that 29%, then he can revive for you too, which is really cool, especially because you're not able to use items in an event like this. So the Revive can be extra helpful. Okay, and then we've got the STR First Form Frieza here. He can be really solid because, again, he's going to be a good linking partner if you've got the other Friezas on the team. And then this guy can be really solid just attack and defensive wise himself. So yeah, definitely a good option to use. Okay, so that was all the LRs that I think are like worthy of taking on this event. Any of the other ones that are available on the category is just like the Ginyu Force LRs are kind of subpar for this. So yeah, moving on to some of the TURs here that I think are notable. One is the AGL Nail here. So he has type advantage, which is nice, and then he's getting infinite attack and defense raises. Now, the important thing to note about his kit is that he gets this 100% stack to his stats, depending on your HP, but he only gets that when there's a Piccolo on the team. So you need him to have a Piccolo in order to do this damage reduction, otherwise his defense is not going to be that good, and he probably won't be able to tank that well. So if you are going to run Nail, you also need to run Piccolo. I guess I'll jump over to the Piccolo here next. Oh, really quick though, this guy does also have guaranteed crits because you're facing off against Wicked Bloodline, so that can be really good too. And he's going to be launching an additional super attack, so that's going to help him with the attack and defense raises as well. So yeah, this is the Piccolo that you'd want to run him with. Pretty much your only option for a Piccolo on this category. So this guy's going to be stacking with his attack and defense over, a few turns, and after he performs a few attacks. He's not getting any additional stacking on his super attack effect, unfortunately, but he's got a high chance to be a Rainbow Key Sphere changer, which is nice. And then he's also recovering some HP with Rainbow Key Spheres, and he's supporting Planet Namek Saga category allies by 40%. So this guy is definitely not going to be the worst. You're probably going to want to float him off and not have him around too much. But yeah, he can definitely be a helpful unit for you as well. So I think he could hold his own if you wanted to bring the nail on the team as well. Okay, so this is probably the best leader that I'd say you could bring, the AGL Captain Ginyu here. So he's got the full 170% stats for Planet Namek Saga, and then also he's got the extra 30% stats for Space Traveling Warriors. So he's going to be giving himself a 200% leader skill, as well as any of the Frieza units that you bring on the team. So the AGL Full Power Frieza and the STR First Form Frieza are going to be absolutely cooking with this guy as their leader skill. And then you could bring this guy as your friend lead as well to offer the second 200% leader skill. Or you could bring the AGL Full Power Frieza because he's an LR, so he's going to be doing additional damage. And then you'd be suffering a little bit on the leader skill, but then you'd have the extra LR on the team. It's really up to you how you'd want to run it. But this guy's going to be getting infinite defense raises, and this guy's just absolutely insane. He is so good, one of the best TURs in the game. So he is just going to be a dominating force in this EZA for sure. I don't know that you'll be able to see his transformation though, just because it starts at the 4th turn. Usually these events end quicker than that, so you're probably going to see him in base form most of the time. But yeah, very, very solid option. Okay, so alongside him, it may be smart to run some other Ginyu Force team members because he is getting a few buffs in his passive based on the amount of Ginyu Force allies you have on the team, and obviously all these Ginyu Force members work so well together. It always makes sense to run them on the teams, together. So Jason Birder is going to be a really solid option, mainly just because they've got the high chance to evade built into their passive. That's going to be helping them out quite a bit. And then they've got some additional support that they're going to be putting out. Lots of support here for for all the allies, basically. So the Frieza allies and the Ginyu Force allies are going to be getting 60% attack and defense from this guy. So that's going to be really, really good. Alright, and then also we have the Rikuman Goldo here, where if you're able to get them linked up in the same turn with a Ginyu, they're going to be guarding all attacks, which is really nice. So it will be like they're an AGL unit for sure. And then, even if Ginyu isn't around, they still have a high chance to guard. And then they're going to be raising their attack and defense on super attack, and getting some additional stacks with each attack that they get hit with. So yeah, they are going to be a really, really solid unit. It's EZA as well. Okay, and then we already went over the Piccolo there. Okay, so before we finish up, we're going to go ahead and switch over to in-game and take a look at a few of the teams that I have put together. I only have 2 here that I put together as example teams. I think it's pretty straightforward because there aren't a ton of different leader skills that you can use in this event. You pretty much have to use a Planet Namek Saga leader skill to make this work. So it's pretty self-explanatory what you need to do. So this is my Namek Saga team that I have built. I am taking advantage of the 200% Ginyu Force leader skill here. Or the Captain Ginyu's leader skill here. And then we're just loading it up with all of the LRs there. And then now I'd have the option to use the Full Power Frieza as the friend lead, or an AGL Ginyu as the friend lead. And then the other team that I built is a full Ginyu Force team. Now, I may actually try and take on Stage 10 of this event with this team. So a lot of people have said, I've seen a lot of community members make a really big deal about wanting full LR teams for these LR EZAs, just because the Legendary Power Link skill gives you the extra attack power. But I cannot stress how important it is to know that that's not necessary. Because if you don't have the legendary power link skill, as long as the units are on the type effective category, their defensive power is still the same. So you're not going to be suffering, you know, like taking more damage or anything like that. You're just not going to hit as hard, and it might take you a little bit longer to get the EZA done, but full TUR teams can definitely still take down these LR EZAs. So I kind of want to make it a point to try and beat all the new LR EZAs that come out with a full team of TURs and not use any LRs. So this is the team that I plan to take on this event with, a full Ginyu Force team here. And we will see if this team has what it takes to take down this event. So yeah, that can be very, very solid. So coming soon, in the next day or two, you'll see that up on the channel, I'm sure. But that is all I have for you guys on this one. If you enjoyed what you saw, then come be a part of the Toxic Tribe with the like, comment, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 77 subscribers by the end of the worldwide celebration, so smack that red subscribe button. That would help me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. That is going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.